One of the key assumptions that most of the Founding Fathers held was that for this republic to endure, it needed to be led by people of practical experience, not political, professional politicians, I should say. Let me give you an example. Washington, George Washington, my favorite founding father. George Washington, he served 2 terms and he said, I'm not going to do this anymore. Now when he said this, he didn't say because I'm tired. He wanted to do it. You know, Washington had an ego, okay? He's not the perfect guy, but he understood he had an ego. And he understood that for the good of the republic, he only needed to serve 2 times. Now, if he wanted to, he could have been president for life. He could have stayed forever. But he didn't do it. Why? Not because he didn't want to, but why? Because it was bad for the republic. Now, that's what it means to be a citizen politician, not to stay forever. You don't say, well, I got to stay a little bit longer so I can see it through. You never see it through. Nothing ever ends. There's never a peaceful time. You've got to learn your limitations. Now, within a few decades of American independence, most of Latin America gained its independence from Spain and Portugal. That is, we have Colombia, Mexico, Venezuela, Brazil. All these places gained their independence. And you can look at the founding fathers of these places, that is, the great heroes of Latin American Revolution. People like Simón Bolívar. Okay, these are decent men. These are men with lofty ideas. And lo and behold, when they gained their independence, they copied their constitution after our constitution. What happened though? Well, these guys thought, well, you know, to make sure everything goes smoothly, we probably need to stay in power a little bit. We need, and you know, these guys are Republicans, little r's, and they're thinking, we need to stay in so we can preserve democracy. And so it all became that it was dependent on them. And so what happened to every single country in Latin America within a few decades? Dictatorships. The difference between Bolivar and Washington was not that Washington was a more moral man than Bolivar. Bolivar may have been a more moral man than Washington. But the difference was Washington knew human vice. And he knew that having a professional political class is not good. That was the difference. And so he stepped down. Now, some of you, I believe that T.W. Shannon, I believe he's a good moral man. But as his record demonstrates, he is a professional politician. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, well, now, Crow, where's your party loyalty? Remember the Republican First Commandment, large R. Remember the Republican First Commandment, thou shalt not speak against a fellow Republican. Let me assure you this, I am a conservative, make no mistake about it. But a candidate should not be judged on his party loyalty, but his loyalty to the citizens he serves. So in conclusion, if I win, what am I going to do? Am I going to fix Washington? No. Now that may surprise people. They're thinking, wait a minute, you're not going to fix it? You're supposed to say you're going to fix it, you're going to clean it up. No, I'm not going to start my campaign by lying. I'm not a very good liar, and I'm too old to start becoming a good liar. Is the economy going to improve or foreign policy become more rational? I don't know. So what good am I? Well, first of all, I will work for the people of Oklahoma and put them first. I can say that. Second of all, I will remind politicians in Washington to whom they are accountable, which is going to make a lot of people mad on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
And lastly, in the 2 or 8 years that I have the privilege of serving this state, because I'm not going to be a professional politician, I'm running for this one to finish out this 2-year term. If I win, I will run again in 2 years for that 6-year term. And then that's it for the U.S. Senate. If 8 years is good enough for Washington, it's good enough for me. What am I going to do? Well, I'm not a professional politician. I'm a teacher. That's what I am. I'm a teacher going into politics. And I intend to keep teaching when I'm a senator. What do you mean? In school? No. What I mean is by example. I want to show what it means to be a citizen politician, not a professional politician. And so, after those 8 years, or 2 years if you get mad at me, after those 8 years, I'm out. I don't know why anybody would want to stay in Washington more than 8 years. I am not the man on a white horse who has come to save the republic. I am no Caesar. Any republic where people are truly in need of a man on a white horse to fix all their problems is no longer one made up of free people and is consequently doomed. All that I am is a man who knows his duty, will step aside when his time has passed, and will place his trust in the free men and free women who come afterwards. Now, if what I've said tonight resonates with you, I would appreciate your vote and your support in the Republican primary in June, and also the general election in November.